Here is the quiet reality that almost nobody in the financial media wants to discuss. Starting over financially at 45, 50, or 58 is not just a math problem. It is a complete psychological, operational, and tactical pivot. Most personal finance advice on the internet is written by 24-year-olds for 24-year-olds. It assumes you have a 40-year runway ahead of you. It assumes a linear, uninterrupted corporate career path. And above all, it assumes that index funds and compound interest will do 90% of the heavy lifting while you passively wait for retirement. But when life forces a hard reset in your late 40s or 50s, whether through an unexpected corporate layoff, an exhausting divorce, a business failure, or a family health crisis, those standard rules do not just fail. Following them blindly can actually put your remaining financial security in serious jeopardy. At 50, you do not have 4 decades to wait for compound growth to rebuild your net worth from scratch. You cannot afford to burn your remaining savings on high-risk speculative investments out of desperation. And you certainly do not want to spend years fighting your way back up the entry-level ladder of an organization that sees your decades of experience as a liability, rather than an asset. What you need right now is absolute clarity, complete control over your schedule, and immediate cash flow. You need a financial blueprint that respects the 20 or 30 years of real-world operational wisdom you already possess. Over the next 15 minutes, we are going to walk through the exact framework for rebuilding your income, protecting your remaining assets, and launching low-overhead local business models designed specifically for a mid-career reset. Before we discuss how to generate new income, we must address the critical psychological traps that quietly destroy midlife resets. The first trap is chasing compound interest over income acceleration. When you start over at 25, investing $300 a month into a low-cost index fund will build a comfortable nest egg by age 65. But at 52, compounding simply lacks the time horizon required to pull you out of a financial deficit. Your primary financial lever right now is not passive long-term investment yield. It is active, top-line cash flow. You need revenue coming into your bank account this month, not 30 years from now. The second trap is allowing shame to dictate your financial decisions. The heaviest burden of starting over in your 50s is rarely the number on your bank statement. It is the invisible weight of peer comparison. Watching former colleagues purchase second homes or plan early retirements while you calculate how to pay next month's rent triggers two extremely dangerous emotional responses, either taking catastrophic financial risks out of desperation to catch up or completely ignoring your balance sheet out of embarrassment. You must strip all emotional judgment from your numbers today. Your current financial status is simply a neutral numerical starting point. It is an operational problem to be solved, not a reflection of your human worth. The third trap is relying on traditional corporate job application boards. Automated hiring software and younger hiring managers frequently perceive mature applicants as overqualified, too expensive, or set in their ways even when you are willing to take a pay cut. Applying for middle management roles through public job portals at age 52 is an uphill battle. Instead of selling your job title to human resources, you need to sell direct, immediate problem-solving outcomes directly to business owners. The fourth trap is ignoring downside protection. In your 20s, a financial mistake costs you time. In your 50s, a major uninsured medical event or disability can permanently derail your recovery. Defense matters just as much as offense. Before aggressively funding retirement accounts or putting money into a new venture, you must build a bulletproof layer of basic health coverage and a lean, emergency cash buffer. Now let us examine 5 high-demand, low-overhead business models that turn your mature judgment into immediate recurring income. These are practical local service businesses that require minimal startup capital and carry a low-risk profile. Model number 1, fractional business-to-business operational support. If you have spent decades working inside corporate offices, civil service, or administration, you possess a skill that small local business owners desperately lack: operational discipline. Plumbers, electricians, local contractors, and boutique medical practices are often incredible at their specific trade, but completely buried in paperwork, customer scheduling, invoicing, and vendor management. They do not have the budget or need to hire a $60,000 full-time office manager, but they are drowning without support. You do not need an accounting degree to offer fractional operational oversight. By using accessible software like QuickBooks or Xero, you can manage invoicing, follow up on unpaid accounts receivable, and streamline their client booking. Initial startup costs are under $800 for software subscriptions, business registration, and insurance. By securing 4 local business clients on a $1,000 monthly retainer each, you establish a predictable $4,000 monthly income stream, while working 20 to 25 hours a week. Model number 2, senior transition and downsizing logistics. America is experiencing a massive demographic shift. Millions of aging adults are downsizing from large family homes into smaller apartments or assisted living facilities. This transition is emotionally draining for seniors and physically overwhelming for their adult children who work full-time jobs. This is not a junk removal service. It is emotional project management. As a senior transition coordinator, you organize the decluttering process, manage estate liquidation vendors, coordinate professional movers, and ensure the new living space is completely set up and safe. Navigating a personal life reset gives you the exact empathy and patience required for this work. Startup costs range between $500 and $1,500 for liability insurance, basic branding, and a simple website. Transition coordinators typically charge between $45 and $75 per hour, or flat project fees ranging from $1,500 to $4,000 per transition. Model number 3, home safety and aging in place auditing. The vast majority of older homeowners prefer to age comfortably in their existing homes rather than move to institutional care facilities. However, standard homes present significant fall hazards and mobility barriers. Adult children and senior homeowners naturally trust an experienced peer who speaks with authority and empathy over a high-pressure sales representative. As an aging in-place consultant, your job is to conduct comprehensive home safety audits, evaluating lighting, bathroom grab bar placements, stair mobility, and doorway accessibility. Your primary role is not performing heavy construction work yourself. Your value lies in delivering a professional safety evaluation report and acting as the trusted project manager who hires and oversees vetted local contractors to complete the modifications. Certification programs and initial marketing materials generally require an investment of $1,000 to $2,000, with individual home safety audits commanding fees between $250 and $600. Model number 4, mobile loan signing and specialty notary services. For those seeking maximum schedule flexibility, becoming a mobile loan signing agent offers a reliable, bite-sized revenue model. Title companies, mortgage lenders, and estate law firms constantly require licensed, punctual professionals to walk signers through complex legal documents. This business rewards attention to detail, professional presentation, and absolute reliability, qualities that come naturally with professional maturity. Startup costs are typically between $500 and $1,200, covering state commissioning, background checks, dual-tray laser printers, and specialized loan signing training. Each signing appointment generally pays between $75 and $175 for 1 to 2 hours of work. Model number 5, specialized commercial property caretaking. Property investors, second homeowners, and commercial real estate managers require trusted adults to perform regular visual inspections and risk audits on vacant or seasonal properties. Insurance policies often require physical walkthroughs of vacant properties to maintain coverage against water leaks, HVAC failures, or vandalism. By offering scheduled property oversight visits, you provide property owners with verified digital inspection reports. Startup costs are minimal, under $700 for insurance, bonding, and reporting apps, with property visits commanding $50 to $150 per inspection. Understanding these business models is only half the equation. To make a successful financial transition, you need an exact execution framework to launch without exposing yourself to unnecessary risk. Step 1. Establish your lean baseline. Sit down today and calculate your exact monthly cost of survival. This includes housing, basic utilities, food, essential insurance, and minimum debt payments. Strip away all non-essential discretionary spending. Knowing your precise lean baseline removes ambient financial anxiety and gives you a clear, achievable revenue target for your new business venture. Step 2. Audit your immediate skills. Make a list of every professional problem you have solved over the last 20 years. Do not write down job titles. Write down outcomes. Have you managed schedules? Have you negotiated vendor pricing? Have you handled upset clients? Have you organized complex logistics? Every single one of these operational outcomes can be packaged into a local service offer. Step 3. Reactivate your invisible network. The single greatest asset you possess over a 20-year-old is 2 decades of accumulated relationships. When starting over, people often isolate themselves out of misplaced pride. This is a critical mistake. Reach out directly to past colleagues, vendor contacts, former clients, and local community leaders. Do not ask for a job. Simply inform them of your new independent consulting or service venture. Frame your update around how you are currently helping local businesses or individuals solve specific operational problems. Warm referrals from your existing network account for over 80% of early high-value contract opportunities. Step 4. Implement a 3-tier capital allocation strategy. As cash flow begins returning to your business, discipline is essential. Structure your incoming revenue using 3 distinct priorities. First, maintain survival liquidity. Ensure your lean living expenses are covered and maintain a dedicated emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. Second, eliminate high-interest debt aggressively. Toxic credit card debt or personal loans quietly erode your new cash flow. Treat paying off high-interest balances as a guaranteed return on your money. Third, resume tax-advantaged retirement contributions. Once your cash flow is predictable and high-interest debt is eliminated, maximize catch-up contributions to individual retirement accounts or solo 401k plans designed for business owners. Rebuilding your financial life after 45 is not about chasing flashy internet trends or trying to prove something to the world. It is about taking back ownership of your time, establishing consistent local cash flow, and building an independent financial foundation that nobody can take away from you with a single termination letter. Every single strategy we have discussed today relies on qualities you already possess: maturity, reliability, emotional intelligence, and real-world judgment. You do not need to launch perfectly on day one. You do not need a massive enterprise. You simply need to select one practical direction, validate local demand in your community, and take the first concrete action step today. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Which of these strategies or business models aligns most closely with your career background and current goals? If you have successfully navigated a mid-career financial reset yourself, share your insights below so others in our community can learn from your experience. If you found this masterclass practical and grounded, please share it with a friend or family member who might need a constructive roadmap today. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next episode. This presentation is created strictly for educational and informational purposes and does not constitute financial, legal, tax, or investment advice. Profitability, startup costs, and potential earnings mentioned are illustrative estimates based on general industry averages and are not guaranteed outcomes. Individual financial results depend entirely on local market conditions, individual effort, and proper risk management. Always consult with a certified financial planner, tax professional, or legal counsel before launching any new business venture or making significant financial decisions.